I've recently seen a lot of posts about how OpenAI's O3 model is really good at guessing photos' locations. So good in fact that a lot of people thought that it was looking at the EXIF data of the photo to see where it was taken, or using the user's current location. It apparently will do those things, but even if it doesn't have that data, it's just really good. To find out how good, I'm going to challenge it against a GeoGuessr Pro. ZigZag is a GeoGuessr World Cup player, and he has a second channel where he breaks down why he made a guess, so we can compare that against O3's reasoning. Comment below which one you think will take the crown. While you're there, subscribe, and let's see if it's over for humans. This is our location for round 1. Now the rules of this game for both players are no moving, panning, or zooming, so this is literally all we have to go off. What I've done in ChatGPT is provided with a screenshot of that location we were just looking at, and given it a prompt saying, "You are playing GeoGuessr, can you guess where this location is? Please explain why you made your guess, and do not use the web to search for anything seen in images." This is because if it sees some text in the image like a restaurant name or domain name, it'd be able to use the web and find out the specific location. Same way a GeoGuessr player can't use Google. I'll go ahead and hit enter on this then, and while we wait for O3 to reason over that, let's take a look at where ZigZag guesses. He points out that we have double white lines here, which means Oceania or Europe. Then we have black on yellow chevrons there, which tends to mean US or Australia. But the key detail is the red reflectors on the guardrails. This means Australia, plus the broken outside white line tends to mean South Australia, and just the overall vibe of the landscape, placing his final guess here. Then, after 1 minute and 38 seconds, ChatGPT has also made its final guess, and as you can see, it's somewhere close. It picked South Australia and the Adelaide Hills, so curious who's going to come out with the most points there. You can see why it landed here. It picked up on the vegetation, the road markings with those twin solid white center lines, something ZigZag points out, the chevron signs as well here, guardrail, and then just the overall vibe of the landscape. Now you can actually see why O3 is really good in its reasoning here. It takes in the image, but then it uses its own internal tools to crop that image and just reanalyze certain parts of it, so it can be really specific on what it's looking at. As you can see through the reasoning step here, it does that several times before it makes its final guess, picking up on the chevron signs here, the road markings up here, and then just the overall landscape in this one. Placing my pin on the coordinates that the AI gave me then, let's hit guess and see how many points we get. 4,889. Now ZigZag only got 4,713, so on round 1, AI takes the lead. For round 2, ZigZag's clues are the trees and the double yellow lines in the middle, indicating America, even going as far as the distance between the lines looking American. Based on the experience and vibes that ZigZag has, he goes north of Alabama. ChatGPT took 3 minutes and 44 seconds on this round, and as you can see, it guesses just west of ZigZag in southeast Oklahoma. It says it worked this out based on the double solid yellow line, same as ZigZag. It points out that there's no paved shoulder here, which is typical of minor US state and US numbered highways. There's a mixed pine and broadleaf, so picking up on the trees, and then again just the overall terrain and vibe, even picking up that we have a barbed wire fence, which is a typical layout with private cattle land. Making our guess in southeast Oklahoma then, let's see how many points. 4,319. Now ZigZag only got 3,718 on this round, so round 2 also goes to AI. Round 3 should be interesting as we have a sign with some text on it, so we'll see if O3 reads that and it helps it work out where this location is. ZigZag guesses based on the yellow number plate meaning Ecuador or Colombia, the Spanish text on the sign, and apparently this black cross on the back of a road sign means Colombia. Absolutely insane information that GeoGuessr players remember. Now ChatGPT took a little longer with this guess. It took 6 minutes and 57 seconds, but its final guess is also in Colombia. You can see why the spot fell right here. Points out that we have right-hand traffic with a yellow rear license plate, only seen in places like Colombia. Points out that we have concrete roads, characteristics of departmental roads, dense, humid mid-elevation. We have a power pole design playing a factor. Then it also saw a small brown arrow sign. Now this isn't that black cross on the back of the road sign. This was another one that apparently points to a sports field. And then the crazy one to me is that it read the text and it points out the pig rearing is typical of this region of Colombia. Making our guess then, we can see that we get 3,523 points. Now ZigZag actually got 3,624, so this is the first round that the GeoGuessr Pro and humans have won. Now we'll power through these next 2 rounds. There's not much to go off in round 4 here, but ZigZag points out that we have long outer dashes, which is indicative of Norway, especially due to the length of the lines, and again, just based off sort of vibes and experience, places it in northern Norway. ChatGPT took even longer on this guess. It took 8 minutes and 10 seconds, but you can see it is guessing in Norway as well, so we'll see who's closer. And it got there based on the tall midnight sun glare, so it saw the compass was facing southwest. the trees, the water, modest hills, and again the road markings, so similar information. And with that guess, again, O3 wins this round with 4,608 points versus ZigZag's 4,533. Finally, round 5 has my favorite piece of GeoGuessr meta, the Street View car. Apparently the antenna points to the fact that it's Tunisia, and then the metal pole confirms that guess. placing the guess just south of Tunisia due to the lack of greenery. ChatGPT also very confident in this round, only taking 44 seconds and guessing again in Tunisia as well. And you can see it points out that we have right-hand traffic with white dashed center lines, single fairly narrow asphalt just looking at the road, then the trees, but then it does point out that we have that telecom mast that is common in Tunisia. And with that final guess, O3 actually loses on this round by 4 points. ZigZag scored 4791, O3 scored 4787. O3's total score was 22,197 versus ZigZag's at 21,379, so O3 takes the crown and has beat a GeoGuessr Pro. Now while this was a fun game, it's actually really scary and it feels quite dystopian. Before, only a select few people in the world could have looked at an image and told you where it was taken within a few minutes. Now everyone can thanks to O3. I do wonder if it has any Street View training data, but I would think that Google would try and lock that down for just their Gemini models. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. While you're there, subscribe, and as always, see you in the next one.